Hey everyone, welcome to the Baby Toys Buying Guide for 3 to 6 months old, presented by HelpMyBabyLearn.com. In this video, we're going to talk about which toys really help to stimulate your baby's development in this age group, as well as how they stimulate development. Let's get started. For toy examples for 3 to 6 months old, both the Crinkle Books and the wrist and foot rattles are still great for this age range. For the Crinkle Books, of course, having the practice reading the stories is always going to be great. What you'll see though now is your baby will purposely and actively try to crinkle the pages to get that sound rather than doing it accidentally, as well as this specific one, which is a classic, The Very Hungry Caterpillar. But on the top right side, you can see is a teether, so as your baby starts teething, might provide her some relief in that regard as well. For the wrist and foot rattles, when the wrist rattles are on, what you'll notice is your baby will now start to purposely move her arm around to make it the rattle noise happen rather than doing it accidentally before. As well as your baby starts to get closer to bringing her hands to midline, she may bring her opposite hand over to try to touch the rattle that's on the other hand. With the foot rattles, hopefully the socks will stay on the feet a little bit better at this age. And what these really help with is bringing awareness to your baby's feet, as well as helping her bring her hands to her feet, one hand or both hands, which then helps with her rolling milestones later on. The Baby Safe Mirror is still great for kids 3 to 6 months old. Your baby will really love it during tummy time, seeing her reflection, and will help motivate her stay up for longer and longer. As well as she can work on her reaching while she's on her tummy. So that's where the ball in the lower left corner in this specific example comes in handy. As the babies get more comfortable reaching while they're on their stomach, it also helps lead towards rolling from their stomach to their back. The play mats are also still great for this age range. When your baby is on the tummy time, she can practice reaching for toys that are up on the side. She can practice pivoting in a circle while on her tummy. When she's on her back, she can look and explore the dangling toys, as well as try to practice reaching towards them. Depending on where she's reaching, it can also help with her rolling. And I also work on sitting with kids with the play mats as well. Because the dangling toys, we can put it at a good height so the kids will be more motivated to try to keep themselves upright in sitting as they're playing with the toys that are at such a perfect height for them. As previously mentioned, for 3 to 6 months old, we can progress to the hard shell rattles. It provides a little bit louder sound, a little more feedback for the babies. Now that they have control over their arm movements, there should be less bonking of the head. I personally like rattles that have handles that are nice and easy to grab, like this example does right here. It's the connector wires there are pretty small, so really nice and easy for your baby to grab onto. Rattle balls are also great. These are nice and flexible, relatively soft with the exception of the plastic on the rattle part. Still gives that great cause and effect feedback of when you move it around, you get the rattle sound. The babies can also work on bringing both hands together on the ball, working on bringing their hands to midline. And then as we'll talk about in the next age group, it actually comes in really handy when the ball starts to roll away from the baby when they're playing with it. I love age-appropriate positioner chairs for kids this age. We want to make sure that any positioning device that you put your baby in is appropriate for her age though. There are a lot of different options out there. We want to make sure we get the safest, most appropriate for our babies. I especially like ones that have the suspended toys like this example here. This way when your baby's in there and hanging out, she can practice her reaching, be stimulated by the toys, and a lot of these toys do have some basic cause and effect mechanisms. So she can be in there just resting or playing and still being really stimulated by the toys as appropriate. I also like the one-step activation music toys for this age. This expands upon your baby starting to learn about the concept of cause and effect. So what we want is if your baby does something, something happens. In this specific case, when this button is pressed, music happens. So as she plays with it more and more, she'll start to really get that correlation and understand that she's making the things happen herself. And of course, board books. Reading is absolutely priceless for your baby. It's great for bonding time, one-on-one time. It's great for language stimulation. It's great for socialization. It's great for learning and identifying pictures. It's never too early to start reading to your baby. This happens to be another very Hungry Caterpillar thing. I am not a sponsor for this book. That is completely coincidental, but it is a classic. Once again, you can't go wrong by reading in that one-on-one time with your baby. Just start to be aware that with the board books, your baby may very well try to bite and chew on the corners if she gets a hold of it, but otherwise, I can't recommend reading to your baby enough. I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to learn a whole lot more about age-appropriate toys for your baby and your baby's overall development, head over to helpmybabylearn.com now and register for your 7-day free trial. Thanks. Have a great day.